Hello Internet, Taliesin here, and welcome to a brand new year. That's right, it's January, and that means a new patch in World of Warcraft Legion. So take off that gym gear. You've been going to the gym so much already in 2017. I am so proud of you. You spend almost as much time at the gym as you do quietly crying in front of your sad lamp. I love January! And settle down for some 7.1.5 action. Flying in the Broken Isles, class mounts, the Tomb of Sargeras. These are all things that aren't coming in this patch. No, that's 7.2 you're thinking of there, but don't worry, because that'll be coming soon enough. And even though 7.1.5 is a smaller patch in the scheme of things, there's still plenty going on. This isn't a selfie cam patch, alright? There's actual real life content and everything. So join us as we look in no particular order at the 7 biggest things coming in World of Warcraft patch 7.1.5. Okay? Go, 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 go. Okay, let's get the serious stuff out of the way first. There is a big round of balance changes coming in 7.1.5. This is something I'm not going to dwell on much here because it's going to get its own video later on, but we all need to be aware that most classes are getting tweaks and adjustments that are going to change their numbers. It's a bit like these two sentences. The differences might only seem small, but they could really fuck you up if you don't understand them properly. Now, if you're a balance druid, these are buffs that you've been waiting for since Legion launched. Rejoice, balance druids, you are going from useless chicken to massive, powerful cock. Well, not really, your AoE's getting better. I just absolutely had to make that joke though, you understand. Or, and this is a bit more important in my opinion, these changes could drastically alter the way that your class plays. And how something plays is important. January will force us all to take a long, hard look at our rotation and talent choices. Except Rune of Power, that's still mandatory for some fucking reason. And like I say, we will be making videos looking more specifically at these changes soon. But it's not just class balance that is going to affect your numbers in 7.1.5, because there is also major tweaks are being made to secondary stats on loot. Your crit, mastery, and haste values are going to fall faster than the Battleborn player base across the board on all your gear, and this is especially big news for players that really rely on massive amounts of those stats for the fundamental way their class plays. Like, oh, I don't know, just off the top of my head, Fire Mage. Now, this might sound scary, but in the long run, it's a good thing, because the hope is that it will change that situation that we have at the moment, whereby a new item of gear that is 15 or 20 item levels higher is not as useful to you as your older, much lower level gear because it's not so stacked with your favorite secondary stat. A problem that I'm sure we all recognize. The situation that we have now is like saying that a new car, which is bigger, safer, more economical, with a better engine, isn't as good as your old one because it doesn't have as many wing mirrors. Yes, wing mirrors are important, but they shouldn't be as important in your decision making as they currently are, okay? Even though they do look really cool. And so the base stats of intelligence, strength, and agility are being made more impactful too, which will hopefully mean that when you get that 15 eye level higher piece of gear, it should always be an upgrade on what you have. And that weight shift should mean that your damage and healing will stay more or less the same despite the changes. God, numbers 7 and 6 were even more boring than I thought they were going to be. Let's get on to the good stuff. Now let's be honest, at the moment getting a legendary drop is like playing spin the bottle with the Hefners. It could all work out splendidly, or it could go really, really wrong and make you wish that you kind of hadn't bothered in the first place. And 7.1.5 is looking to rectify that, thank goodness. As well as a whole host of new legendaries for you to get annoyed about not dropping, Blizz will be looking to balance those that we already have, just a little bit better. And this means nerfs to some of the most powerful and some pretty significant buffs to the most maligned. Pirdaz, Sinadare, Roots of Shaladrasil, and of course, Sephuz's fucking secret. They will be without doubt the best items in the game now, and you can quote me on that. You're going to be gutted that you don't have a Sephuz's fucking secret. The disappearance of the Brawlers Guild at the end of Warlords of Draenor was officially the only bad thing about the end of Warlords of Draenor, and in 7.1.5, it's back for more stupid fun. I love the Brawlers Guild. And the Legion incarnation is bringing streakers, a new mount reward, more shirts than a Wall Street bar on payday, and a whole army of new bosses to fight, or rather watch other people trying to fight, including an awesome Overwatch fight called Ogre Watch, which we made a whole video about because we're a bit odd like that. And this new iteration should see a lot less standing around waiting for your turn, because there are loads more opportunities for player interaction, despite the essentially single-player gameplay on offer. There will be raid-style bosses that spawn and draw spectators into the fight in massive rumbles. No one is safe. It's kind of like every pub you've ever been to in Swansea. And there's a new currency that you earn from fights that will let you buy items that will buff everyone in the room. It sounds awesome, and I can't wait to get my teeth get my teeth into the new Brawlers Guild soon. Micro holidays, because sometimes the best things really do come in miniature. They do, okay? Micro holidays are like normal WoW holidays, but smaller and less significant, like Luke Hemsworth, lasting for maybe just a day or two at a time. The idea is that they're a fun distraction if you happen to catch them, but no big deal if you don't. It's a fun concept, and some of the ideas really sound good. So let's play a little game called Is It a Real Micro Holiday or Not? Where I will give you the lowdown on some of the upcoming holidays, and you've got to guess which one won't actually be in the game. So first up, we've got Call of the Scarab, a celebration of the opening of the gates of Ankara, where Horde and Alliance will compete to earn the most credits and have their flag fly over Silithus for a whole year. The KiRiN Tavern Brawl, where players use portals to travel from tavern to tavern, collecting amazing hats and drinking each bar dry. Or as it's otherwise known, Lemmy's 12th birthday party. The 1,000 Boat Bash, in which the citizens of Azeroth go on spring break and, party on boats. Probably about 1,000 of them, I'd imagine. Black Thursday, where all items in the auction house are reduced by 50% and a huge scrum appears inside all major cities. Players will be given the losing all dignity debuff as they scramble over an old woman to get 500 gold off a hexweave bag. Volunteer Guard Day. Dress up as a guard and salute and stuff. It's great. So which one of those holidays did I just make up? Well, the answer will be on your in-game calendar, so go and have a look there. Answers on a postcard. There is no prize. Legion has been called by some an alt-unfriendly expansion so far, mainly because of its focus on artefact weapons, the artefact power that you have to collect to level them properly, and the artefact knowledge that you have to build to make that happen at a reasonable rate. It's a process, and the thought of doing it on multiple characters can seem as daunting as trying to teach Ryan Lockety the finer points of Dwarf Fortress. But 715 introduces a couple of very welcome catch-up mechanics. You'll be able to use Order Hall resources to buy characters up to level 20 artefact knowledge upon hitting level 110. And since you can essentially buy Order Hall resources for your alts using the Blood of Sargeras trader in Dalaran, that's going to take a whole lot of time out of the process. Likewise, if you're a new player or just coming back to the game, there's going to be a series of quests dumped on you at level 110, which will see you make accelerated progress in artifact knowledge and get your artifact up to speed quicker than Charlie Sheen gets up for some speed. Technically not connected to 715, but coming hot on its heels on January the 17th is the Nighthold raid, the culmination of the Suramar storyline, which will see us finally take on those that have held Purple Town in their grip since the beginning of the expansion. And this raid is exciting for so many reasons. Not least of all because tier sets at last, but also because it brings to a close the first phase of Legion. Nearly every major storyline comes to a head. By the end of Nighthold, we will have liberated Suramar, retrieved the 5th pillar of creation, finally defeated Gul'dan, and maybe, just maybe, recovered the body of Jesus. I mean Thrall. I mean Illidan. Oh, and if you think that's a spoiler, 1, I'm sorry, and 2, well done for managing to not look at the front cover of the game you've been playing for the last 4.5 months. Essentially, after this raid, Legion is going to shift gears into the Tomb of Sargeras, and as far as storytelling and build-up goes, I don't think there's ever been a non-final raid where the scene has been set so carefully. There are bosses in here that we really have a good reason to want to kill. I actually care about why we are attacking this place, and the fact that I can finally get my hands on some proper tier set pieces is like completely incidental, I promise. I'd hardly even thought about it until just now, in fact. I mean, are there even set pieces? Oh, there are. Cool. Yeah, I mean, that should be good. Not that I care. Yes, I know I said we were only talking about 7 things, but look, you're going to like this. There's also Pandaria timewalking. Oh, come on, you love pandas. They're so big and cuddly and shit at cooking. You know, like Harambe and all that. You love Harambe. You get a mount? Yeah, okay, point taken. 7 things. 7 things.
Thanks very much for joining us today, and a special thank you to our patrons who make this channel possible. Your support is really awesome. What are you doing?
I'm watching the new Patreon Q&A on my little phone.
Are you a patron?
No, obviously.
Well then, you can't watch it, sorry. Join us on Twitter and Twitch, subscribe, and like the video if you like it, all the usual. If you didn't like it, downvote the shit out of it, and remember, we are Hotted89. No, we are Taliesin and Evitel. Until next time.
Cheerio.